Sunshine State. And we're in the big ship, and fittingly, everyone here ready to do battle as Tampa Bay gets ready to match up with the Cleveland Browns. Jakeem Grant now to return.
The Browns take over a 1st and 10 at their own 16-yard line.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. To throw is Murray. And that is incomplete.
Not the desired outcome, but probably won't be the last time we see him take a shot downfield.
He was looking for John Ross that time, but it'll be 2nd down. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10.
Well, this defense for the Buccaneers, they were very good in the victory a week ago over Cincinnati.
And I think our statistician, we ended up having to bring the blue tent and put it around him for a while because he was developing a hand injury from having to write down all the turnovers his team forced. 5, 6, 7, 8. Absolutely unbelievable. I hope he'll recover.
Crowd getting in it a bit already. Here's an early 3rd and 10. Out of the gun, here's Murray, sliding out of the pocket. Pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line. Shaquille Barrett put that sack by his name in the stat sheet. The Browns send out their punter now. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone.
And this returnable for Hines.
And bulldozing his way through. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40.
A very good punt, but a 16-yard return.
And the Buccaneer offense will be set up well as they take over. Throwing on 1st down. Byer.
Open man is Antonio Gandy Golden.
And he's taken down inside the 30. On 1st and 10. Bear. And he will find his man on the outside. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
5 yards from the end zone, 1st and goal.
Back to throw. Byer. And he pulls it in for the Buccaneer touchdown. A great effort there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Bucs have taken a first-quarter lead.
And now, of course, all scoring plays are reviewed, and I think they're going to take an extra long look at this one.
So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. A good hold in these wet conditions. The point after is up and good, and it's now a 7-0 game. This is Jakeem Grant.
And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
The Browns take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. And they'll certainly be trying to do better than that first drive where they went 3 and out.
And sometimes the first drive is just simply to settle nerves. You know what it's like at the start of a game with the emotion. Guys are a little bit jumpy.
But you do.
Oh, you understand the same way. It's just like a...
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 38. And it's a pick six. He brings it back to the house for a Buccaneer TD. And this defense looking like they have come to play the pick six, and just like that, it's 13-0 early on.
Well, go back with me to our training camp visit. What do we hear during these drills? Pass. Ball's in the air.
And then my favorite.
Oski, that's the interception. That means everybody find someone to block them legally, stay on your feet, and they get it done. Touchdown.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Here comes Grant on the return. The Browns drive about to get started. And they just had that pick six. I guess the only positive maybe of them returning that for a touchdown. This offense right back out onto the field to try to make up for it.
I like that because now it doesn't give them a chance to go to the bench and really settle. You know, to sit there and kind of seethe over the idea that they turned the ball over previously. Right back out there. It's almost like hopping right back on the bike after falling over. See if they can get the ball moving again.
Yeah, we'll see if they can do it here. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. From the gun, Murray. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Murray finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. A big play that time through the air. 31 yards. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Shotgun now from Murray. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. So that one a hold right guard.
And you understand why offensive and defensive linemen probably go to martial arts schools and work on their hands so often, because that can be the make or break difference on a play. This time he had to grab a jersey in order to make the play happen. Got caught for the penalty.
Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete.
And that may have been incomplete, but he reminds me so much of when my dad used to take me to the baseball stadium and watch the home run hitters in batting practice. I'll get to the stadium early just to watch this kid throw it. He can throw it out of the stadium.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Murray. And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over it that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now Murray. Oh, the Buccaneer pressure too much. Down he goes. Credit the sack to Vita Vea.
Not the start to this one that any quarterback would want or envision. Remember, you had the pick six, and here he ends up on his backside.
And you have to wonder to yourself, okay, after throwing the pick six, did he get too careful with the football and not deliver downfield and take that sack? They've got to make sure that he's really into this game.
It's a 45-yard punt, just a 1-yard return. And the Bucs are going to take over 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. They go play action here on 1st down. Out to his left. He's got a man, complete. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A big connection on that one. 31 yards. On first down, Bear. Man open, here is Jones. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Now a play fake here on first down. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack. Now that after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw.
He'll find Gandy Golden there, complete.
And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. And for the Browns, a nickel set here on 3rd down. From the gun, Byer.
And that nearly intercepted. Boy, for a guy known for his hands defensively, that's a ball he probably thinks he should have come up with. But instead, it's 4th down.
So now on comes the field goal unit, and wow, this is no ordinary try here. This will be from 56 yards out. And his kick is good. He got every bit of that one as it's good from 56 yards out.
That kick, by the way, Charles, a career long.
Well, we did watch him in pregame, and he hit from this distance, so not a surprise. But there still is something exciting about it, carrying it over from practice and pregame to actually doing it in live action.
The Browns drive about to get started. It hasn't gone particularly well for them. That's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being too exotic. Meaning you don't have to go deep down the field. Maybe you hit them on those short passes on the perimeter. Make sure you just turn around and hand it to your best runner and get out of the way. Don't cause any extra stress on your offense.
Meanwhile, Murray's throw there into the hands of Ross.
And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down.
Here's Raheem Mostert, the local product from right here in Florida.
And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down.
Not a lot of running room there, not a place to make a cut and kind of exit out because they had everything bottled up. Looked to me like the linemen were taking on their blocks really well and giving up no creases.
Now a throw here, hauled in.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route, and what you have to do on that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
Murray now on first down. They'll roll him out right. And down he goes, a Buccaneer sack. Shaquille Barrett picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
He continues, Charles, to be under constant pressure, and these sacks, they're starting to pile up.
And if they want to have a realistic chance in this one, they've got to change their blocking assignments. They've got to do a better job to keep him upright. If he's going to be on the deck constantly, they've got no chance to win this game. It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted.
Picked off near the 32, and the return stops at the 39-yard line.
Well, we've seen a lot of mistakes here in this first half, and another there on the interception.
Yeah, they're certainly starting to pile up, aren't they? Because, let's face it, we expect a miscue here and there, but they're already down 3 scores and still giving the ball away.
And got his man complete. And way down into the red zone before he's dropped inside of Cleveland's 15. A big play that time for Tampa Bay. And Jones has it over the middle. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. And now here's a carry heading left. 1:57 to go in this first half on EA Sports. Here's first and goal, and gosh, points here, a chance maybe to put this thing away before halftime. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage back to the 4-yard line. From back at the 4, here's second and goal. Looking to throw. Bear. His throw incomplete. Something of a rare incompletion. Remember, Charles, last week under 50% throwing the football. That's what he was, but he has turned that around in this game.
Last week was what's commonly known as a fluke. For him to be under 50%, not normal, not the usual. But to be up...
And he's got it. Caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. A great play there. With his second touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Buccaneers are able to widen their lead here in this first half. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And the rout is on here in this first half. Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. The return man is Grant. The Browns drive about to get started. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half. Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either. And not much of an opening there, as he's only going to get this to about the 32. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Here's Murray. And that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down. To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion. Murray now. And this is going to be incomplete. That was well played, but that was also an example of a corner who understands his coverage, realized he had support behind him, and could be a little more aggressive in the shorter zone, and did exactly that, knocking that pass away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. 37 yards on the punt with no return, and the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And with a 3-score lead already, this is not time for a momentum change, so I'd imagine they'd be happy to just take this into the locker room. Throwing on first down. Byer. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down. And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far, but on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense. And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Off play action. Bear. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And he hauls it in for the Buccaneer touchdown.
We saw this plenty last year in college. He loved to take his shots downfield, and that throw, that was a thing to behold there.
Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And a rout is on here in this first half. Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. Grant sets to return it.
And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
The Browns drive about to get started
as they take over with just 17 seconds left before the break.
And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. The Browns will quickly use their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. They'll keep it on the ground again here. And he'll push forward here for a good little run as the clock continues to run. So we've hit halftime here in Tampa with the Bucs out in front. As we send you a stone's throw away across I-4 to Orlando. There standing by is Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half.
Nyheim Hines now out of his end zone.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started.
And it's hard to imagine that the first half could have gone any better for them. So what's the approach here in the second half?
Just continue to play smart football.
Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Off the play fake. Byer on the move to his left. Looking downfield for Jones. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
Well, as we get ready for 3rd down, let's go back and recap here. The sack on the first play of this drive, that threw a wrench in what they were trying to accomplish because they were compelled to throw the ball on 2nd down. A running play was not in the works. And that incompletion set up another passing down here on 3rd and long.
And that's going to wind up incomplete. Nearly their first pick of the game, but it does bring up 4th down.
So good work there on the defensive side for the first drive of the second half.
Yeah, and until their offense can get into rhythm, their defensive players and staff have got to say to themselves, we've got to make it work. We've got to stand in here and make sure nothing else happens until our guys start moving the ball.
It'll be 37 yards there on the punt, and this offense takes over in great shape right at the 50, 1st and 10.
From the gun, he'll hand this off.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
On 2nd and 9, Murray. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack. Murray with a 3rd and long. Shakes off the sand. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. Matt Judon. He's the one to get him this time at back-to-back sacks. Brings up 4th down. The Browns send out their punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away.
Hines now on the return.
Call that a 46-yard punt with a net of 40 on the 6-yard return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of 1st downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Well, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Off play action. Bear.
Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the 3rd quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly at the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Yeah, that one's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
On 4th down, Byer. Wide open receiver complete. And they are able to stop it, but he does take it all the way to the 2.
That one tipped, and it's incomplete. Well, good hands there defensively at 2nd down.
In any event, it happened pretty quickly. I'm not sure he made the right decision on that one. I think if he had it to do over again, he would have found a different target downfield. But he made his decision, and that one's incomplete.
2nd and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line. Off the play fake. Bear. And that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete.
So many times when we talk about coverage, we're just about a defender running with a receiver, but a big part of it is understanding where the football is, finding it. In this case, when it arrived, it wasn't a surprise, and he was able to bat it.
And he will score. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. A great effort. And this Buccaneer offense, they're running away with this one. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And that will extend this big lead. Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. Here comes Grant on the return. The Browns drive about to get started. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
On 2nd and 10,
Murray, man open, that's Anthony Schwartz.
And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A big play that time through the air. 36 yards. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. The 20. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line.
first down, Cleveland.
Under a minute to go in this third quarter as they come up 1st and 10. And they'll run on the inside handoff. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Well, we saw a lot of negative plays that resulted in plenty of lost yardage in the first half. And that trend is continuing here.
And this will be well too low for him to bring in. It's incomplete.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
From the gun on 3rd down, Murray. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
Santos' kick is up and through, and they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit. I'm kind of surprised by that they kicked the field goal. I guess you get some points, but this deficit third quarter, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't either. Yeah, I'm with you on that one. When you're down that much, kicking a field goal, does it feel a little bit maybe waving the white flag?
I was just going to say
get
that.
Out of here? Yeah, I think you got to go ahead and try and get some bigger points on the board.
The Bucs take over a first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And that last drive, so effective in the passing game, resulting in the touchdown. Maybe not many people were focused on the trenches. There was good protection there.
Excellent protection. So now defensively, you've almost got to get down to those starters blocks like you're a sprinter. Get lower than those guys on offense and find a way to roar through them or around them to get into the face of the passer.
Easier said than done, though.
Way easier said than done. But they've got to try something because right now they're just cutting them to shreds.
Off-play action. Byer. And he's going to lose yardage here, as they will switch ends as time has run out on this third quarter of play. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his third down play as we've played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. The Bucs on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This will be 3rd and forever. Back to throw. Bear. And that will be incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
The punt team on now is from their end zone. They get it away. That'll be a 44-yard boot, just a yard on the return as he's covered up quickly. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. The Browns drive about to get started. Even though they were able to force the punt defensively, still a big hole to climb out of, especially at this late stage of the contest. They'll contain him to just 4, 2nd down.
This game just keeps evolving and changing, doesn't it? You got a tight end who can move around a lot, not necessarily using a big body on him. Sometimes you take a corner, a better cover guy, and put him on him and try and take him out of the game, as we've seen in this one.
You're exactly right. They've taken him out of the game. That was just his first catch. Big reason they're losing right now. From just shy of midfield, Murray. Oh, they've intercepted Murray for the 3rd time. Picked off around the 41. The utter domination here just continues. This defense, I don't know what more we can say all around about their performance.
It certainly feels in this game like maybe maybe they're facing a Canadian defense. 12 guys on the field. It feels like there's an extra on every snap because they have really struggled to make headway through the air.
On 1st and 10, Byer. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end.
7 yards, the pickup there.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off at the 12. And now the rookie's free. 30. Past the 20. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Browns defense has a touchdown. Cairo Santos on to try the extra point. And that'll cut the lead down to 28. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away.
On the return, it's Nyheim Hines. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And after the interception, they are sitting in an even better spot with the ball and a comfortable fourth-quarter lead. The throw right side is complete here on the first play of the drive. And they work this well upfield across the 45. On first down, Bear. Got him in. It's Brashad Perriman. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 34. Operating from the gun, Byer. On the slant, this is Perriman. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so. They'll look to throw again. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Similar to a shooter in basketball who just connected on the previous shot. They run another set for him on the next play. Now, we had a guy who made the catch. They tried to get the big one downfield, but came up empty.
And that is incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. Back to throw again.
And that's complete to Gandy Golden.
And he will have the first before he's brought down right on the chalk of the 20. So it's Buccaneer football as we welcome you back. And they have just about put this one on ice as they've got it here, 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw.
On this one, incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down.
They are certainly not letting up on the pressure in this one. And oftentimes you hear this expression, all gas, no break from defenses. But in this case, it's the offense still throwing the football up big in the 4th quarter.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. That one looks like he'll throw here. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. 4th quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call. They're down here in the fourth, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration, not a good play.
And give them another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues.
And now it appears that the referee's been buzzed, and we'll get a review. And this being inside 2 minutes of play, everything coming from up above. So the folks in New York just going to wind up confirming what the officials saw, as this play will stand as is. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good, and the lead will swell by one more. Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. On the return from his end zone is Grant. Grant, he will not return it, and his guys will begin at the 25.
The Browns drive about to get started. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left, because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it, because there are a lot of people watching the body language of the guys on the field now, and if they call plays they want executed, they need to do that and do it really well. Otherwise, there could be repercussions.
We'll see how they handle the waning moments of this one. A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
We've seen that the deep ball's been a part of their game plan all afternoon, but they've had trouble hooking up on it, unable to successfully find the end zone over the top.
Out of the gun, here's Murray. Then his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Carlton Davis picks it. CD, this defense, man, at this rate, they're just having fun out there right now.
And normally with this type of a lead, if you're a starter on defense, you're saying, hey, let the other guys play. But with this going on, no one wants to come out of the game. They all want their shot at picking off a pass.
Now a throw right side taken in here to start this drive. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30.
Partner, I have to tell you, just one word keeps coming to mind from watching them this afternoon, and that's impressive. They have been impressive from the opening kickoff, and they haven't let up here even into the fourth quarter.
Throwing on first down. Bear. He rifles one that's intercepted.
Picked off by Greg Newsome. And the Browns are going to take possession here at their own 6-yard line.
He's had a fantastic rookie season, made a lot of lovely throws, but that wasn't one of them.
Well, we got to give him one, don't we? I mean, with the year he's having, a lot easier for he and his teammates to accept that throw, because for the most part, what they've seen, it's been pretty sensational.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. They fake the handoff. Now Murray. He's going to let it fly. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
Shotgun now from Murray. And now here's another interception. Picked off by Jair Alexander. And they'll be inside the red zone with a ball at the 16-yard line. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it, and that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. They're still throwing the football here, and obviously the incompletion stops the clock. That's a bad thing.
Feels to me like they're just keeping them honest on defense, because you know they're going to stack the line of scrimmage and try and stop any type of running play. Short little passes may work in exchange of running plays. Keep the clock moving, keep them moving.
Yeah, I guess you're right. If they can get some first downs, just as good as running the football. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. McLaughlin for the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Browns' drive about to get started. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that, and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team, and we were losing late in a game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. From the gun, Murray. He finds the speedster Ross. That's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. And one of the whistles for a timeout. So they'll stop the clock here in a game that's been decided in the closing seconds. Play action. Now it's Murray. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off near the 26. And the Bucs come up with a late turnover, but it will probably only matter to the statisticians as this ball game is now officially over. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Buccaneers,